Alright, so 8 months ago, I decided to revive my YouTube channel. I wanted to make gym videos again, I wanted to help everyone, and it was something that I was truly passionate about. Now, with the full attention of eventually upgrading from my iPhone camera to a proper Sony camera, which I'm using right now. However, there was a catch. I was using my MacBook Air 2018 version, not the M1. I was using that laptop at the time for university, taking down notes, and just basic stuff. It was okay. It was an okay laptop. It was old at the time. This was, it was probably 6 years old at the time. And this laptop was atrocious when it comes to editing YouTube videos. I couldn't even open Final Cut Pro. I had to use iMovie. If you're trying to make a nice looking video that has like different layers, different, versions, it's just really hard to do. So I knew that eventually I would need to upgrade the laptop because the MacBook Air 2018 Intel version was just not gonna cut it. So I decided to buy a laptop, and I've been doing lots of research and I bought one. I bought the MacBook Pro M4 generation base model. This is my 6-month review on the MacBook Pro. Honest review, non-biased, as someone that's normal, that films gym videos, that edits videos in 4K FPS. This is just my honest review. So let's get straight to it. And if you guys enjoy the video, like the video down below. I make gym content, but occasionally I do tech reviews. So again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, like the video, and if you have any comments, questions, leave it. I always respond to everyone. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get straight to the review. So before we get to the video, I wanted to quickly explain why did I choose the baseline MacBook Pro M4? Why the baseline? Why this version? Why everything? So first thing is first, I am a student. I don't have an infinite amount of budget to spend. I, want to buy something that's worth the value. As much as I love to buy the best of the best, it's just not smart to spend $4,000 on a laptop. Not yet, at least. So I bought the base model. But before I was going to buy the base model, I was going to buy the M1 MacBook Pro refurbished until Apple released that the new M4 generation was out. And when I saw this laptop, I was blown away. The value of the laptop, the fact that you get 16 gigabytes base RAM was an incredible deal. And I thought, wow, there's no way I'm gonna buy it. So I bought it. Many of you guys are probably wondering, why didn't you get the M4 Pro or the M4 Pro Max? And the truth is, I did not want to drop this much money yet on a laptop. This was 8 months ago. I wasn't really sure how good my editing skills was. And honestly, I probably should have expected. At the same time, I'm glad I did, because the M4 chip, performance-wise, has blown my mind away. I edit videos every single day. I make 4K videos, 60 FPS on Final Cut Pro. I add different layers, and this laptop hasn't broken a sweat. And this laptop has never lagged. It runs my setup. I have a 2-monitor setup with keyboards and everything, and honestly, it handles everything perfectly. So in terms of performance, 6 months later, this gets an A+. It's not slowed down, it's not crashed, and it puts my MacBook Air to shame and my gaming PC to shame. It's a great laptop for performance. Final Cut Pro, it handles everything well. Photoshop perfectly, just running everything. It's just incredible. It is just a mind-blowing experience, especially going from the Intel computer to the MacBook Pro has blown my mind. In terms of performance, this is not letting me down. This is not a slouch at all. For my work right now, and I do a lot of stuff, this handles it perfectly. So I'm kind of glad I didn't get the M4 Pro, just due to the fact that I haven't noticed any issues with this laptop. Another thing that's blown me away completely has been the screen. I've been using 2 gaming monitors that are okay. When it comes to gaming, I'm sure they're fine, but the screen in this laptop has blown me away. The liquid retina display, as Apple likes to call it, is the most beautiful display I've ever seen. It has ProMotion, which means it maxes at 120 FPS, so 120 Hertz. But when you're looking at certain things that don't require motion, it just drops it down just to save battery life. It's pretty cool, but I do wish that Apple could maybe allow you to keep it at 128 Hertz or, play around with it, but I'm not complaining. It's great, and I'm finally glad that Apple did it with the M-Line series. Unfortunately, you do not get this with the MacBook Air, so that's a big difference when it comes to the MacBook Air M4 and the MacBook Pro M4. That's a huge difference. So I mean, the screen makes a huge difference. It also gets up to 1000 nits, from brightness, so it's a really bright screen. I did not get the nano texture. I didn't see my reason to. I don't really go out with the laptop. I just keep it in a dock and it just handles everything. I heard the nano texture is a great product, so I gotta check it out more often, but I can't really give you my opinion on it because I don't know much about it. But the screen on this laptop is incredible. It's blown me away. The colors are so beautiful. It's just incredible. This is one of the best screens I've seen in my life, and I've seen lots of screens in my life. Battery life has been a big issue with my MacBook Air. When I used to go to school, it would die, 3 hours in, so I would always have to bring my charger. The MacBook Pro's charger is incredible. I've been working this past weekend and I haven't even charged it at all. This battery is incredible. Apple claims 24 hours and honestly, I low-key believe it. It's incredible. I edit videos. I don't it's just the battery works. It just keeps on going. And when I edit videos and I don't keep it charged, I don't notice a difference. With most laptops, you want to keep it charged so it keeps on going. But this laptop, perfect. You don't notice a difference when it's not fully charged. Yeah, so the battery gets an A+. It's just incredible. I've been impressed so far. Literally, I haven't charged this in 3 days and it's still going. It's like 50% right now. That's just incredible. One thing that makes me really happy about this laptop, and the reason why I really chose this one over the Air, is that you get the ports. Ports are amazing. Looking at this has been incredible. It makes my life a lot easier. So first thing is first, you get MagSafe, right? I love MagSafe. I used to have a MacBook Pro 10 years ago. I missed MagSafe. You get two Thunderbolt 4. It's incredible. I use this for my keyboard, my mouse, and you get another Thunderbolt 4 right here, an HDMI, and an SD card. I love SD cards. This is how I transfer my videos to my laptop. So having extra ports is very important for me. I do consider myself a pro user compared to the Air user, so having extra ports is useful. And if you know you're someone that requires extra ports and you're on the go, Pro is the best option compared to the Air, which also leads me to my next thing, which is portable. People think the Pro is not portable. I'm sure the Air is significantly more portable, but this laptop, it's a light laptop. It's small. It's nothing. It's not heavy. To me, it looks nice. It's robust. It really feels nice. And I take care of the laptop, obviously, but when I move it around, when I go to different places, I go to different houses, I bring my laptop with me, and I don't even notice that it's in the bag. It's so light, so portable, and it's just so powerful for how small it is. So it's not a sacrifice to get the Pro in terms of portability. It's still extremely portable. I'm sure the Air is obviously more portable, so just keep that in mind. So as you can see right here, this is like my setup. I have my MacBook docked right here, and I got it connected to these two monitors right here. And I got a mouse, keyboard, and a trackpad. Under here's my gaming PC, which used to be the main powerhouse for the setup. But honestly, I haven't been using my PC since months now, since I've been using this laptop right here. And you see how powerful it is. You tend to forget that this is a laptop. So like I said, I use this laptop to actually power my whole setup. I use the monitors, and honestly, it's so powerful. You tend to forget that it's a laptop. It's that cool, it's that portable, it's just that powerful. So in terms of actual powerhouse and usability, it's just incredible. And I would recommend you buy Bluetooth keyboard, Bluetooth mouse. It does make cable management look nicer. As you can see, the cables aren't the best in this situation, but it does handle everything perfectly. So I'm just blown away, guys. I'm just fucking blown away. It's a good laptop. It's a phenomenal laptop. So there are a few things that aren't the best about this laptop, and this laptop is practically perfect, but when it comes to certain things, it can get annoying, and I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion. So obviously, you're not buying a Mac to game, right? If I want to play video games, I'll just use my gaming PC down there, which is half the price. But for some people, they can't have both, and I get that. And yeah, gaming on a Mac, let's not pretend that it's a gaming machine. And the main issue is not that it can't handle the actual gaming, it's just the fact that Mac OS doesn't support it well. It's not designed for Mac OS, which kind of creates an issue. I've seen videos where this MacBook can probably get 60 FPS in most games that it can support in this base model spec. Don't get me started on the on the M4 Max, which can get to 120 FPS, but gaming on a MacBook is just not possible. It's just not fun. Let's just not pretend that it's good for gaming. Another thing is that I'm used to dealing with USB Type-C. I have USB Type-C cables, but if you're someone that's still used to USB, the normal ones, it could be kind of annoying. You have to buy adapters. You gotta be prepared for such things. I had this dongle right here. It's a USB hub, but I don't use this anymore because this does overheat. So you want to buy something that's either a cable that's safer, that's not directly touching your laptop, because this can fry your ports, but ports can be a bit of an issue. But honestly, the fact that Apple brought back most of the ports, it's a W, considering that 2016 we only had USB Type-C ports. So I do consider this a W. It's not a big deal for me, but it may be a big deal for some certain people out there. All right, so my final verdict of this laptop, we're the same. We're not special individuals. Yes, I upload videos, I edit in 4K, but I am a normal dude. Do I recommend this laptop? Do I recommend you get the MacBook Air? Do I recommend you get the better Pro version? If I had an infinite amount of money, what would I choose? So my final verdict is that the MacBook Pro M4 baseline is an incredible laptop, probably a 10 out of 10, but I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 due to the fact that it's just incredible. You know, it doesn't handle gaming, but you don't really need to game on a laptop. Like, who fucking does that? It's just a perfect laptop. It looks beautiful, the screen is incredible, keyboard is incredible, it's performant, it handles everything, handles these two monitors, it's incredible. Now, I've been using this for 6 months, I have not noticed any issue. However, if I had more money to spend, I would buy the 16-inch version, I would buy the Max version just because, you know, it seems cooler. I'm not gonna lie, that's the only selfish reason, but I do personally like to have a bigger screen. That's just for me. I'm a bigger dude. I like to have a bigger screen, and that's just my opinion. I know there are people that prefer the smaller screen, so this won't be a big problem for you. Now, the MacBook Air is a phenomenal computer. It is incredible. The price dropped as well. However, it's not the same as this one because this laptop has a fan, so it's actually cooling, so it could really push its performance, and you know, the fans will spin and it will help counter that. The MacBook Air has no fans, so you need to keep that in mind. You might not be able to get the same performance as the Pro, but the MacBook Air is $999. So if you're gonna buy something, you could buy the Air if you are someone that's casual that does light video editing. But if you want to upgrade a few things, maybe RAM, I'll just go straight to the Pro. But you know, the Pro is just incredible. So this is my verdict. To conclude, I would just get the MacBook Pro. It's incredible. It handles everything. But I would keep in mind that in November there will be a new laptop coming out. Every November a new MacBook comes out. So keep in mind there might be a new MacBook coming out. But if you can't wait, I'll get the Pro. If you want the ports, this beautiful screen, the 128 hertz screen, brightness, keyboard, beautiful build, go for the Pro. If you just care about portability, obviously if you want it to be performant, you want it to be on point, just look slick, get the MacBook Air. The MacBook Air is an incredible device. Only thing, it doesn't have the nice screen as the MacBook Pro, and it doesn't have the ports, and it has no fan, so keep that in mind. But that's my verdict. That's what I think. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the review part of the video. Alright, so that is the end of the YouTube video. So I don't typically make tech reviews. I think I made only one, and this will be the second tech review. So this is just a once in a time thing. Like, no, this is not a constant thing. I just thought people have asked me my opinion on this laptop, so I thought I'll deliver. But anyways, we'll be back to gym videos on Wednesday, and you know, this is a gym channel after all, so we'll be doing some diet stuff, workouts, and etc. So if you guys actually want more tech videos, comment down below. This is just an experiment, so let me know down below what you think. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. That's a great way to support us to make better quality videos. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you have any questions, any concerns, reviews, leave a comment down below. Be sure that I'm gonna be responding to everyone, so don't worry. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace, boys.